Let's get some analysis from Rami Khouri, who's a distinguished public policy fellow at the American University of Beirut. He joins us live from Boston. Rami, your thoughts on Iran's retaliation towards Israel?
Well, this is a pretty decisive and historic moment in the entire Middle East, and it's impossible right now to make any definitive judgment or see any trends even, because the fighting is still going on. There's probably more to come, and I would just point out a couple of key things that are happening that we should look for. First of all, this round of fighting is going to clarify the capabilities of both the Israelis and the Iranians in terms of offensive and defensive capabilities. What you hear from the Israeli government, we've hit this site, we've killed these people, most of that is propaganda-style stories about what they're doing. Some of it is probably accurate, but when they say we hit a nuclear site, that doesn't mean anything, because these sites are well fortified underground. There's over a dozen of them, and the Iranians have been anticipating this moment for years, so they're prepared for this. The second of all, we don't know what are the non-military means of retaliation that Iran might use, other than firing missiles and drones. And I think this is something we should keep our eye out for. The Israelis have made it clear in the last 2 years and in the last 3 decades that they don't see any division between civilian and military targets in any Arab country: Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, Iran, anywhere in the region, Arab and non-Arab countries. So the Iranians might possibly retaliate in non-military means that will hurt civilians. The third point I'd make, we don't really know the full U.S. role and involvement. This is not an Israeli strike against Iran. This is an Israeli-American joint venture against Iran because of the U.S. equipment, the funding, the diplomatic protection, and the veiled hints from Trump that we expected this to come. We told the Iranians to react. So the U.S. is involved in this, and the U.S. is openly saying it will help defend Iran if it needs it. So this is a U.S.-Israeli attack, which is going to have huge repercussions across the region at some point, particularly among Arab countries that have bet on close relations with Trump and the U.S. administration. If the U.S. and Iran are doing this in Gaza and Iran and other places, and U.S. and Israel are doing this in Gaza and Iran and other places, this is going to create huge problems for some of the Arab countries. Another point is the Israelis are trying to re-engineer and rearrange the whole region. Netanyahu's been talking about this for 10 years. He said we got rid of Saddam Hussein. We knocked down Fatah and the Palestinians. Of course, they got Hamas in return. We damaged Hezbollah. We damaged Hamas. We damaged the Houthis, the Ansarullah in Yemen. And he's always said that the Syrian regime fell. Netanyahu's always said that the real target is Iran, without any serious evidence that Iran wants to make nuclear weapons, by the way, still. So this is Netanyahu's attempt, from his perspective, to re-engineer the whole region so that Israel and the U.S. are dominant in whatever goes on in the region. And the last point I would make is we don't know yet the impact on a crucial actor in this situation, which is the Israeli civilian population. They're all now in shelters, and they'll probably be in shelters on and off for 2 or 3 days. And businesses are closing. Tourism is stopped. Already several 100,000 Israelis have left the country, emigrated out. And we're seeing now the heart of Israel, Tel Aviv, experiencing what southern Lebanon and Gaza have experienced, which is being attacked from abroad. And this is going to have major implications within Israel, but it's hard to define exactly how those will play out in the weeks and months ahead.
Rami, so many points that you've made. We, however, have run out of time, unfortunately, but thank you very much indeed. Rami Khouri speaking to us there from Boston. Really appreciate it. Thank you.